Happy Sunday.
Yeah, happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome to Safe Space Sounds. I'm Bombae. This is RDF Studios. We are live in downtown LA having a wonderful Sunday afternoon and talking all things music, culture, community, and influence. I'm here with studio owner Pasquale and our other very talented resident drummer, Erik Jiru, and we are continuing our first conversation about what music means to you guys, your views on music in the world today, and the things that you're working on, and why the hell you're doing it.
Why the hell are we here?
Why the hell are we here?
Exactly.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this process with Erik. You know, we've been tracking this drum pack for several months now, and we had mentioned something that came up in our conversation was like just how the advent of the drum machine and how it's been implemented into pop music. You know, starting with artists like Shuggie Otis and Sly and the Family Stones back in the 70s, right? Prince.
Yeah.
So good.
And how, as an acoustic drummer, how it's affected, like, significantly the way you play, right? Can you tell us a little bit about that, Erik?
I mean, over the years, yeah, it's just the way the Linn drum machine affected organic drummers. It kind of helped drummers expand their abilities on the kit. It kind of helped them evolve into doing patterns that normally human drummers wouldn't do, and that you were able to process on a Linn drum machine or a Roland 808. Things you could do on a computer back in the day, you know, made the drummer have to evolve themselves physically and in their mechanics and what they can apply on the drum kit.
So like different hi-hat patterns and different, like, literally things that you couldn't physically actually do
back
or
at that
maybe
time,
wasn't
right.
even on your mind,
right,
on the you know, on the horizon,
In the
right.
realm of possibilities.
in the realm of possibility. So, like,
Interesting.
how do you think do you think that's was a positive thing?
Absolutely. I think it was positive. It just stretched the whole rhythmic landscape of like R&B, hip hop music, which in my opinion, I think was mostly utilizing drum machines back in the early 80s, late
Wasn't
70s.
It like just on the tail of disco, but could this be love? What the first actual drum machine use on a popular song that was played at Studio 54 was I'm drawing a blank on her name. I don't know why I feel like such an asshole now.
I feel like we're playing charades right now.
it's-
Like, okay, is it one word?
It's okay. Two words.
Two words.
First syllable. No.
Yeah.
No, not Diana Ross, but there's
Not
another
Diana
vocalist.
Ross.
Yeah.
It's,
I know that melody. What you're
Donna Summers.
Chris, can you Google for us?
It's Donna Summers. Okay.
saying. Bring it up on the screen.
You know, they
And
always have that
it's,
Google guy.
I feel love.
I feel love.
Yeah, but they dun 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 dun, and that they looped that drum machine synth, those two things, and that was the first electronic song that all these people will have referenced as like their very first memory of.
Are you saying that's late
electronic
70s
music.
when that came out?
Let's look it up. I don't have my phone. Chris, when did I Feel Love, Donna Summer come out? It had to be like early 70s, mid 70s. 77. Good year.
77. Yeah, great year. I was 3 years old.
Yeah, but it was
Chris,
revolutionary.
our resident fact checker over here.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, but that was groundbreaking.
Sure,
it
for
changed.
sure.
I mean, people. It was, first of all, it was hella long, right? It was like
Yeah.
a 9-minute song or something they play in the club. But people are just like, "What is this sound?" It's moving me because it's consistent throughout the entire track. So
Yeah.
I think that is kind of what we're seeing happening. I mean, maybe not exactly the same, but very similar with AI production and just AI assistants in general, we have good, bad, or indifferent, however you feel about it, we have the opportunity now to stretch our means exponentially, creatively, because we don't have to spend the time that it takes to learn every skill, research every topic. If you can think it, you can text prompt almost anything you can imagine.
Yeah, it helps with, the bottlenecks of like, gosh, what lyrics to a song, chord progression, beats, every aspect. We're having recording sessions here at RDF Studios where artists give the company artists, like, hey, I have a framework now because of Suno. It expedites everything. Yeah. You're right. There's definitely like tons of advantages to technology, and it definitely like pushes everything forward. The distinction that I want to talk to you guys about is like, it's all fun and games, like until iRobot shit, the scenario where like we literally get replaced. Like I don't know, like if we're at the worst that AI can ever possibly be and it's already awesome and we're only a year or two into it. Yeah. What does the next, I always say like 5-10 years, what does the next 3 years look like with AI? Like we already see like AI artists coming out. There's even people like covering AI artists. Like, is this the demise of the musician?
The world
period?
as we know it.
I mean, like we were talking about earlier, I think recording musicians, human recording musicians, are finished.
You're talking about like backing studio musicians?
Because
backing studio musicians in the recording process. I think if it's a label that's doing it and it's all about money and saving money, like all businesses are, the actual human musician in a studio is gonna be done, because you could do all that through AI now.
And it's almost indistinguishable in the quality that,
and like you were saying, exactly. And it's just
like,
starting.
is that a real symphony?
So it's only going to get better
or is that
from
42 players we hired and flew out,
and it's only going to get better.
And we all have to, if they're physical players, you got to pay them work for hire, maybe residuals. Like from an economic or scale standpoint,
risk management. I mean, if somebody trips and falls and gets hurt on your set, and that's like an insurance claim. I mean, there's so many things from a ones and zeros standpoint that just the math ain't mathin' if we're talking humans versus
think about
machine.
Movie score musicians. Like they're not going to be hiring orchestral musicians
going
for
to
a
be,
movie scores.
Nope.
It's all AI now,
They're
and you
be
save that money.
They're going to be training their models, their AI models, on Hans Zimmer work.
Already seen it done.
And replicating something just different enough to pass, copyright and licensing laws.
With movie production, it's all about saving money.
But I will say that there is nothing as original as the human mind, and
for sure,
I don't think there is a computer or a model or a program, however smart it may be, and more capable in all the ways than our physical limitations. The consciousness that we carry cannot be it's incomparable to what a machine can do, because everything that AI is doing, it learned from us. It's something that we have done. Somebody did it, said it, wrote it, right? But like, we have the ability to think,
unplug the cord,
new thoughts, things that have never existed before, right? And so I think there is a limitation on what AI can do, and because of that, we are going to see, I think, the highest value placed on the more human things, the more human creations.
So. Yeah,
like
that's the good news.
2D sketching, pencil drawing on a napkin by a famous artist is going to be worth more than a million AI perfect generations of whatever.
Yeah, the imperfect imperfection, like the creative process.
Yeah, the organic process,
human creative process. Like I always like, hey, people are people going to want to watch a concert with an AI robot, singing? No. They're going to want to watch Bombae with like True Groove's Collective, like, just channeling, energy and like really giving people an incredibly imperfectly perfect, performance. I don't know if AI is going to replace, musicians, period. I think the more, it's like can't beat 'em, join 'em type deal, the way I see it. And the more I can learn about it, the more I can actually like be a part of it. But it is at the same time scary because I think we had this conversation, like, okay, everything up until this point in human history has been a tool, right? The wheel, fire, like, Pro Tools, all these things have been tools for us to like, but now we're talking about like being replaced.
It's a whole different landscape.
I don't
This
know
is a whole different
if it's
thing.
all the same,
Well, I think that like a lot of what we have done, our systems and our jobs, right? The things that we spend time on, because if time is our greatest asset, right? It's the one thing we can't buy more of, trade more of. We have a shelf life. I think that if we can save time of our life instead of spending our youth, our life force on, again, like research and let's say R&D, the amount of time a creative spends on, is this good? Let's try and see. Nope, not good enough. Scrap it, start over, right? We can skip the line all the way up to the point where all that busy work, if we use these AI tools correctly, right? And the like technology, I think the right way, if we utilize that to cut down our R&D time or whatever and become more efficient so that we can get to the point of like creating something that has never been created, then I think, we're going to see more. I think the shit we're going to see in the next 5 years is going to blow our effing minds.
Yeah.
musically,
creatively. The things that we can bring into the world that did not, that we couldn't do before because it would just cost too much, take too much time, etc.
For sure.
Like, I think that is something
So
that
it's an expansion of creativity, not a digression, right?
if we use it as a tool. But I also, like playing the devil's advocate, I for sure think like it's too late. Like Pandora's box is opened.
It is.
We can't
And
push it back
there's
in
no
there.
guardrails either.
Oh no, AI models are training AI models and building their own worlds and governing and winning lotteries and betting on things and selling crypto and like doing all kinds of shit, guys. That so
Crazy shit.
fast.
Yeah,
we can't keep up.
If you look at 1900 to 2000, that technology curve was kind of gradual, right? The invention of the airplane, the automobile, et cetera, et cetera. But now 2000 to 2100 is going to be it's going to be insane over the next up until 2030. We're in 2020, end of 2025.
Yeah,
2030, we're going to see and I always tell my son who's 11 now, the stuff that he's going to see in his lifetime.
It's crazy.
But we haven't even talked about AI plus quantum computers.
Oh god.
Right? What's going to happen when that shit is compatible? So it's
I just saw a video on Instagram the other day about AI and biotech and this Bell's curve and how the trajectory that we're on right now at the rate that technology and AI is developing, that if you can survive the next 5 years, you can live forever.
Oh, right. With the longevity and
with the all these developments.
Yeah.
I mean, the evolution of our just medical industry and our biotech and and then AI technology, it's like we can extend human life and repair human bodies and do all these different things that were not they were unthinkable a few years ago. So
the human experience, something that just came up for me, when you guys were talking, okay, so you're in Africa and you built this drum from a log, and you start developing all these intricate rhythms that over the course of thousands of years can now tap into the spiritual realm, and you develop the vocals behind that, and that human experience will never go away. I don't care how many AIs we have and how many fucking computers we have, the drum is still going to be drumming, dancing, and singing for me are ways that we can tap, are the most tribal, primordial, maybe basic, not basic in a bad way, but basic in the fundamental
organic
expressions.
You can't
of
replace
being
that.
human. And so when you dance, when you sing, and when you play the drums, you tap into this Jungian, whatever, collective memory.
Yeah.
Right. And so like, what is the future? People are always going to need that. We're all
There's always going to be a market for the human expression.
that ain't
right?
never
Yeah.
going away. So
No.
I don't think like it's a bad thing what's happening. I think I'm
No, it
embracing
could be
this.
good. It
Me
could be
too.
good.
People like, there's a reason why you have like corporate dudes playing congas for, for like corporate. What I'm trying to say, I guess, is that like, people are always still human beings. We're always going to be hungry for connection.
100%. Even you think about like, we were just talking about our parents and their parents and how the generations have changed culturally and like how we see the family structure or what we expect of our kids. I think before everything was in real life, like let's say pre 1950s, it's, your neighbors, you go to church, you go to school, you go to work, you're honest, you earn a living, you buy a home, you work the land, you raise your kids, you rear them up right?
Church on Sundays with the community.
How you dress matters,
right.
what you drive matters, your home, like your yard, your fence, those things. But from the 1950s until like, maybe like 2000, like Y2K, it gradually became more of a digital experience. We spend more time watching TV. We spend more time, we invest in this space where we want to connect now online. Post 2000 to now, we have seen this like skyrocket of trajectory of time spent and value placed in digital real estate. And instead of, maybe it was like 50-50 a few years ago, 50% in real life and 50% online. I think we will eventually get to the point where we are mostly investing in our time online and our real estate online and our digital footprint. And we will, think about it. Your kids buy skins for their games.
Yeah.
Minecraft
and
and like that's cool. My kid doesn't care what she wears to school, but I bet she got the coolest skins in the game.
What I hear you saying is it's moving into this virtual
We're
reality
getting more
thing, right?
and more
into VR, right? Virtual reality.
I don't know who lives on either side of me, and I don't care, right?
Yeah,
because I never see them.
It is
right. Who do I see? My friends
dynamic.
on Instagram.
Like, when I see my son, like when he's playing VR, for example, like he's all in on this connection. He's connecting with like, the server will have like, I don't know, 25 people and they're from all over the world.
Yeah.
And the way he connects with these, that experience is completely different than us like playing with kids on the playground.
We played dominoes and cards and pickup sticks. Like we climbed trees and jumped fences. Our kids are literally, they move their thumbs. This is the age of the screenager.
It's all virtual reality.
It's all virtual. And I think we're going to reach a point where we're going to hit a wall. We're going to get burnt out on that. And we're going to see the fallout will be more in real life experiences, connecting with humans. We had this conversation the other day too. If you have 1 million followers, okay, cool. That's kind of impressive. You got some pull online, maybe 60% bots, but like, you got some influence. But if you can put 25 or 50 bodies in a room, you sell 50 tickets to your show, 100 tickets to your show. You do a community event or a Pass the Aux event here at the studio, and we have, 20, 25 people that paid to be here and want to connect and experience each other and music in the room in real time. That's some real influence. You actually have some pull in the world. Yeah. And I think that's impressive. And I think we'll see more of that trend than less.
I love that. I think it's so important. I think, I love seeing live music. I took my son to see his first show, and it's a band from, they're called Femtinol. And it was actually really cool, kind of like this techno punk thing where there's 3 people on stage, and one of them was kind of yelling and singing, but the other 2 were like playing, beats and shit. One of them was like playing guitar, and it was actually really, really cool. The place was packed.
Yeah.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is that live music, the live performance, the artists, like being able to do that's never going to be replaced. Mm-hmm. They may be playing machines, but they're still playing live.
But do you think that has to do with the actual vibration of the sound, the resonance in the room, and the way that sound resonates and moves matter on a cellular level? Like, that's the one thing about sound. And that's why sound is so powerful, because you can close your eyes and not see something. You can close your mouth and not eat something. But if sound is in your vicinity, it penetrates your body on a cellular level. It is getting literally in and through you. You can't close that off. So sound and sonic frequencies, are just literally moving matter on a wavelength and vibrating at whatever height. And we feel that in our bodies and in our spirits, in our consciousness,
Definitely. Yeah. Gosh, I mean, it's addictive, and I guess, like the frequency of the drum, like that's what really pulled me in, and will always, like, there's nothing like that. When I sit down and play the drums, whether it's by myself or with a couple other drummers, and we're playing these hypnotic grooves for 2-3 hours, man, I feel like extremely centered when I'm finished, like clean, like it's a washing.
Is it the rhythm though, or is it the sonic frequency?
I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of the actual frequencies and the act of, playing the rhythms.
Yeah, because we were talking about this last week about the trance-like state that can be created by, the rhythm of the music. And I think maybe it's like a little witchy, right? Or like hoodoo.
It's magic.
But it's magical. You
Hell
get
yeah.
in that trance and you're doing a consistent beat or rhythm, and
it creates a hypnosis.
That repetition is hypnotic
experience. Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's math too. Like music was taught with mathematics in ancient Greece. So like, even like, I don't know, I think it's Nigeria, the talking drum. Like, there's people literally would talk to each other with the drum, and so like, I guess that connection, I don't think will ever be replaced with AI.
The communication aspect of it.
The communication, the connection,
The connection
between you and
connectivity.
I. You are singing, I am playing something based on what you're singing, and that connection, that improvisation where we're opening up new musical doors because of our mistakes.
Yeah.
Because of, because of the perfect imperfection or imperfect perfection of being human. The creative process of being human, like that will
The patterns
that
we create.
the patterns that we create. Yeah,
That's interesting.
I think that although, like, for me, maybe AI ultimately for me is just a tool. Like, maybe because I've messed with it as well, and I think we're all on the beginning of it, and who knows what's going to happen in the next 5 or 10 years. But instead of going in it with fear and doubt, I think it would be a much more pleasant experience if we go in it with, like,
100%.
For sure.
let's make the most of this.
Absolutely.
Have you started writing music with AI? Like,
I have not.
Trying it?
I played a little, like, with Chat GPT. If I'm like, if I have a song, I have a books and books of lyrics. I'll just in notes in my phone. And I've been in a couple of sessions where I just needed to, like, refine a line or come up with something that would complete this stanza and complete the whole picture.
Yeah.
And I found that the suggestions were so far outside my natural voice that it was ridiculous, right? It's like,
That's
not
not me.
saying that.
Yeah,
like,
that's
we're
not me.
singing
Wouldn't be
that,
authentic.
I
right?
wouldn't say that in a million years.
But I also was inspired
Yeah.
to finish the song or find the thing I did want to write by the information that was given to me, because it's like, oh, well, I didn't think about that. And that went so far left that, like, it brings me back to my answer, or,
Oh, okay.
you
It
know what I
helps you
mean? It
complete it.
sparks.
For
Yeah.
sure, it
So
sparks that,
it could be a good
I
tool.
do use it every day in all the ways for
It
everything.
seems like for a songwriter, it would be really handy where you could just, like, now create the prompt for the background music now, for the track.
So I haven't gotten into the AI production yet. I am tempted. I'm not gonna lie, because sync licensing is, like, really challenging for me because I don't produce music. So I can only submit songs I've already recorded or just have on the hard drive, or that I can collaborate with someone in real time, real fast. Like, hey, I can hit up 3-4 producers. Do you have anything like this? Which has worked. But I can't tell you how many songs I've
Now
written,
you
recorded
can cut out all that and
for
just
free. Yeah.
really quick.
So supposedly, like I hear that's what they're doing, but I don't know. I'm a little conflicted. I have some cognitive dissonance about whether that is ethical for me to do as a writer.
Yeah.
Because I place such value on my IP. My ideas are what you pay me for, not my anything else.
Yeah.
You know, like I set my rates and my value based off of these good old ideas, not how well I sing it to you. Anybody can sing it. But it's the conceptually, you know, telling a story. I'm a storyteller above all else. So I don't even call myself a singer. Like I'm a songwriter who can sing. But it's really for me about the story that we're telling and the conversation that we can have around this piece of music when it's completed.
Yeah.
What ideas it will spark in the listener in the future. And, you know, like it's the legacy of that. So I don't know if it's something I will do, but I'm not against it. I just don't know if I should. But like you said, like maybe if we can't beat them, join them. I think we got to be educated and we have to be like, I'm about that, like knowing how to utilize these tools. If and when I need them, I want them in my tool belt.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to be left behind.
Right. Because that train's going right now, and it's not
gone.
stopping. It's not stopping.
Yeah.
So.
But
Trains left the station, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I think like the combination of maybe just another thing that came up for me was like the combination of like, we're talking about like work ethic on the last podcast, and you made a really good point about how hard work trumps talent.
just getting those reps in.
What if you could put the same or 10x your effort and utilize AI? Imagine that scenario. It just came up with the idea because one of my goals is like, how can I finish, complete, and put out there into the world as many complete songs, tracks for, you know, my own personal whatever, and sync licensing and all that stuff. So I'm again reverting back to the idea that AI is here to help us, and if I can complete 50 songs instead of 30, cool. But I respect every single artist's like process because we're all humans. We ain't robots.
Yeah.
So like your process is different than mine, and I respect that.
I do have a bone to pick with the full-blown AI artist, AI songs, like
fully 100% AI.
Yeah,
Is that what you're
we've
talking
got
about?
we have AI artists topping the charts on the Billboard. We have AI songs. #1 country music song right now is an AI artist, completely produced and performed AI.
Crazy.
Let me ask
song.
you this: like,
Crazy.
what happens when that artist is supposed to perform now? Like, how does that work?
I mean, there'll be VR live.
There'll be like a VR thing?
Yeah, a holographic concert. But here's
hologram.
That's bizarre.
for sure that's coming.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm just wondering
100%.
because I know they're doing that, but I'm like, how do you perform like that now? Like,
I mean, it's like you record or produce the music and then play it in a
concert
like a
venue?
light show concert
with like a
you know?
holographic.
What's the place in
artist.
Vegas?
The Sphere.
Yeah, the Sphere.
Right.
You know,
With like a hologram artist, like you're saying.
yeah, a
Wow.
holographic artist
That's
of an AR VR experience. You know, maybe they're never in person.
You're at home,
But we're listening
you got
to the music
headphones
on the
on.
loud,
That's crazy.
like in the same room. Listen,
How
I
do
gotta
you
tell
feel
you,
about that? Where
man, that
it's-
shit is whack.
Yeah.
I'm here for the AR VR experience.
Yeah.
I'm here for the technology. You know, 2, 3, 4 years ago, I was telling everybody I was going to be the first AI artist. I legitimately, like, if you look at all my social handles, all my avatars, all my pictures are, you know, computer generated, AI generated images that I was just like experimenting with and thought was cool because I wanted to be a Disney princess growing up. And I'm like, I'm going to be an AI artist. And here's my cartoon Bombae, you know? I'm like, here's the world she lives in, what she looks like. I get to like be as creative as I want, which goes far beyond my limitations in the real world, right?
Sure.
Especially with like ageism in the music industry.
Yeah.
Like I have aged out of a record deal 20 years ago. Okay. The odds of me getting signed are slim to none. Are my skills, are my ideas is my voice any less than it was?
No.
So if
when I was
anything, you're
18?
better now with all that more years of wisdom and experience to
100%.
bring to the table,
I'm way better.
and your lyrics and that you're gonna write. You know,
Even how I sing, the texture of my voice, because I have lived and done
Yeah.
some shit. I've
Exactly.
given birth.
and,
You know
and
what I'm
AI
saying?
can't
hell yeah.
replicate
Like,
that.
yeah.
My
AI
heart
can't
is
replicate
bigger
can't
than it
Your
was
heart is huge.
when I was a kid.
Absolutely.
And I look the same. Let's be honest.
You look amazing.
I look exactly the
And
same.
great.
And I think like that's such a good point because but now, you know, going for that record deal, like I think more and more artists, because look at like the pantheon of you know artists that have gotten screwed, right? You know,
historically, yeah.
you know, De La Soul,
Yeah.
you know, Sly and the Family Stone. Like,
yeah,
hey,
of course.
they never read the
TLC.
goddamn, you know, the fine print,
fine
right?
print,
And
yeah.
so these record labels typically, historically, have been notorious for like, hey, come
Screwing
and sign
over.
this record deal, and then you don't make shit. And screwed artists like 99.9% of the time.
Right.
It's so much more diabolical now. It
So
is-
in a way, it's a blessing because now like you get to reinvent and build your personal brand and do your thing on your terms.
Hopefully,
without-
age doesn't matter anymore. It shouldn't.
It
you know,
shouldn't. But I'll tell you what, you know, let's say you wanted to be a rock star in the 70s. You had to move to London. You had to find an agent or a manager or a group of friends that wanted to like really commit. You had to spend some time and some bread. And then you had to go knock on doors. You know, you had to cold call. You had to hang out at venues. You really had to fight your way. And even if you did, no matter how talented you were, the odds of you actually getting heard or signed or blowing up were
Right.
just, again, slim to none, no matter how old you were or what your genre was, right? Now, we are direct to consumer because of social media. Doesn't matter how good or bad my artwork is if nobody ever sees it. But now, in today's day, it's like never before. Any artist, any musician can go online, open an account with a Gmail, post every day, and blow the fuck up. Because it's really about exposure.
Yeah.
So you can bypass all that gatekeeping and maybe not even be the best at what you do if you're the best at showing up online and selling yourself
Yeah.
to
Sure,
your
yeah.
finding your audience.
Yeah, you're right. There's no gatekeepers anymore.
Yeah, you don't
Back
need
in the
to
day,
sell
you
a
had
million albums.
gatekeepers. Yeah.
You need 10,000 fans
Yeah.
to spend $10 a year with you, and you can make a good living as a musician. Whereas before, you had to sell imagine slinging tapes or
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah.
You know,
That's how
like
it was in the 90s and 80s. Yeah.
tape
Yeah.
CDs. Yeah, it's like paradoxically the hardest and the easiest to get found now.
Right.
Right, because there's
Right.
thousands of other people doing it,
millions.
but yeah, like if one has the discipline to like, all right, everyone else is posting one time a day, I'm going to do 10.
Or if you just get lucky enough to get on the right playlist and get shared by the right person, and then the numbers that you can reach are exponential.
True.
I can-
Leveraging someone else's audience.
Yeah, man. If there were 10 people in here right now, it would be kind of crowded. But you can go online and collaborate on a post with somebody who has 10,000 followers, and your 10,000 followers or 1,000 followers, and then they share it with somebody, and it's like all of a sudden you've reached 100,000 people.
Right.
We could never sell
Just like
100,000, give out 100,000 flyers in our neighborhood. Like it's
Right.
just
Yeah. Right.
the possibilities are endless. But I disagree with the cold, stale ideas that are being perpetuated by the algorithms and the AI models. Like that
Everything
shit
sounds the same,
is
right?
obsolete. It all sounds the same because
Everything
it's based
sounds
off
the
of
same.
what we've already done.
Yeah.
There's nothing new or fresh. And if you listen to, these AI artists and these AI songs, like, yeah, they're cool. They're dope. They sound polished and they're like fun, but they feel cold,
Soulless.
soulless. There's like something missing. There's a spark that's not there.
Human beings, yeah.
Right.
I was
Yeah.
watching this documentary about Led Zeppelin, one of my favorite
Come
bands
on.
of all time.
For sure.
And the magic that they created, like they literally got together, Robert Plant was
Ledge.
I'm sorry, Jimmy Page, who was the guitar player was Robert Plant, right?
No, singer was Robert Plant.
Singer was Robert Plant. He was homeless. You know, they got together. They put together John Bonham and
Bass player
John Paul Jones, and then like immediately, like they played together and then went on tour like a couple weeks after. But what I'm trying to say is the magic that they created could never have been created by an AI.
No.
Like, and it never will be.
Because it's the
arguably.
feeling.
It's the feeling.
It's the feeling
It's
that
the
we
human,
feel.
the human soul,
dynamic,
right?
yeah.
The human, my soul, my consciousness is not a robot, and so I will never get replaced by a robot.
But do you think that? So that's an interesting point. Do you think that the sound of so let me frame it this way: taking a picture is a place in time, right? We are capturing a place in this time, space continuum. But when we record sound, recording audio, we are literally recording the vibration or measuring the sound, the sonic frequencies in that room. So it's like capturing a moment in time, a feeling. It's like, as opposed to a painting, it's like an experience, right? And I think that's why when we listen to music back, it resonates with us in a way that moves us emotionally or, mentally takes us to a certain place because we're feeling the feelings that were recorded on that wax, right?
100%. And you talk a lot about this, Eric, like certain songs will take you back to a certain moment in your life. Like, that was senior year of my high school.
Yeah.
And like in the context of like playing in the recording studio with other musicians, you could play one take, man, that's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Magically, it has all the feel, but then you go and play it like you do 4, 5, 6, 7 takes, and all those sound like shit. Why?
Or
because,
mix it a bunch of ways. And,
mix it in a bunch of different ways, but that very first take, like I forget the Quincy Jones story where he was like, I don't know if it was a Thriller album, but like they had taken a bunch of takes, and he comes in and the engineers were like, oh, we did like 99 takes. He's like, okay, cool, like play the first take.
Yeah.
It's usually the
And
like,
it was like the first or second take. He's like, that's the one. Well, they're like, what about all these other takes that we did? And I'm not saying that like, the opportunity to do all that shit in the studio is wonderful because you can, but like it's the feeling that your intention as an artist, like whether it's live or in the studio, like can you actually bring that shit? Because that's what people feel. Like I remember seeing like John Lee Hooker, some like Carlos Santana 25th anniversary All-Star, Giovanni Hidalgo, everyone, amazing musicians at the concert. John Lee Hooker, man, shows up like your grandpa with this purple suit, and he comes out on stage and fucking starts yelling at the audience, stand up.
Yeah.
It was like your grandfather yelling at you. Everybody stood up. And just like the presence of, I am a human being. Like, what do I want to bring to the fucking stage? I want to leave everything I have on that stage, right? Like, all my blood, sweat, and tears. That's a performance, man. No robot's ever going to be able to do that.
Yeah. No way I can take that.
I know it's very, very logical to say, gosh, like if you're a studio musician and you're getting paid like 3 times a week to go in and do all this random stuff because you could read music and you're at the top of your game. It's scary at the same time. And on the other side of it, it's also like nobody can ever take away like a badass band going on stage, or a rapper, or individual artist, whatever the hell you are. If you go on stage and it's the feeling.
You guys remember your favorite songs, or the first time you heard your favorite artist, your favorite album, and you just couldn't wait for it to come on the radio again. You go out and you buy the record on whatever you can play it on at home, and you play it over and over, and you're so in love, and you're learning.
You have to rewind that and wait for the tape to go all the way back to the
record on
beginning.
the radio, like on the
get it on the radio,
box, like
sure.
all the ways that we did, whatever you would do to listen to that moment, and so that you can just like soak it in. But then like fast forward to the first time you see that person or group live, and feeling that sound in the room instead of just in your ears is life-changing.
Life-changing.
it is literally a formative moment
Yeah.
of like all of our lives, I'd say.
100%.
And I don't think that'll ever die. That live expression, even with the AI has its path, and then humans have theirs, and I think it'll work. Somehow we'll work it out.
Well, we don't have a choice.
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 We gotta work it out. I think it's gonna be good, but I really am interested to hear both of you kind of recall the first concert that your first live show that you went to where you knew, oh, this is different. Because I know you both play instruments, right? You're drummers, but like hearing the full band or seeing the show on the big PA as opposed to like, listening to the radio at home, like what was your first memory of a concert that just changed your fucking life?
You go first.
Inquiring minds.
You want to go?
No, you go.
No, it wasn't even a big concert. It was a jazz group at a place called the Catalina Bar and Grill in Hollywood.
Nice.
And it's just 4 or 5 fusion jazz musicians that were playing so devastatingly cold on their instrument that it elevated the whole.
Who was it?
It was like Dennis Chambers and Michael Stern, guys like that I remember. It was transformative for me to see these guys in a small jazz venue. Like it's almost like they were playing in somebody's living room. It was that intimate, and that like literally blew my mind.
I love that.
Yeah, so mine was more of a jazz experience.
Jazz will do that too.
Yeah, good jazz, really
jazz,
good jazz,
baby.
for sure. That told me that this is what I'd love to do.
Cool, man. So. Yeah, I think possibly one of the first ones was so many great ones. I think one of the ones that hit me, and you and I think attended 3 or 4 nights, was John Coltrane's old drummer, Elvin Jones.
That was amazing.
Also at the Catalina Bar and Grill, but he so all you could see like really black, just 2 white eyes, man, and he's playing so intense that like he starts grunting when he's playing, like like making these weird grunting sounds and shit, and like just like what the hell, like sweating profusely. Like I've never seen anyone before or after. He passed away a few years ago, but the point is like, yeah, that was amazing, because I was imagining him playing with John Coltrane, and it brought me back. You talk about like those feelings and those moments captured, like I obviously was enjoying the moment of like, and taking in every single thing he was doing on the drums, but also like I was also like, this motherfucker used to play with Coltrane, and he like, and I've read a few books about Coltrane and how you could hear them like down the street, like they were playing so hard that you could hear the band down the street. And mind you, they don't have PA systems like they do now. This is back in the 60s. I think Coltrane died in 1966, but like, yeah, live music also changed my life.
Yeah,
sure.
100%.
100%. What about you? What's like one of the first amazing shows that you
I feel like my first acknowledgement of live music being powerful and making me feel different in my body and my soul, like whoa, like goosebumps and soul stirring kind of thing, happened in church. Just gospel music.
For sure.
And the players, sometimes the best musicians in the world, are playing at that little white chapel on the corner, right?
Sure.
Amazing.
Most of them, actually, I would argue,
absolutely
started in church. But yeah, just growing up in church, I definitely looked forward to the music, and I knew by that second, third song, if I was participating, if I was paying attention, I couldn't escape it. I was wide open. Like, yes, Lord, I'm ready, because it just lifted my spirit. Even as a young child, like 5, 10, 15, like I knew when, even singing, I knew like when I just hit the perfect place in my throat, of like, that feels good to me, and it sounds good around. I can hear it, sounds good, and I'm blending with the choir and the music, and it just became me.
Yeah.
You know.
When did you start singing in the church? How old are you when you were in that choir?
I didn't really join a choir. I mean, I sang in like children's choir, like, you know, kindergarten and up. But we every summer we used to go to a youth, like a Christian camp, summer camp. It was like 7-8 days down in southern Oklahoma. And there was a place called the Devil's Bathtub. It was like a little secret waterfall, and we all used to go play in it. But yeah, it was just like sports and outdoors activities. But every day we'd have like a little church, if you will, outside. And it was like 50% music, and just having, you know, hundreds of kids singing, you know, with a guitar player and a drummer, like a pianist. That was it, you know.
I love it.
Like, it moved the world to me. But my first concert, I will say, that really, like, where I saw it on a large scale and knocked my fucking socks off, was the Glow in the Dark tour. It was Kanye, Rihanna, B.O.B., and Pharrell. And
That's amazing.
Where was that at?
They came to Oklahoma City, or
OKC at the
yeah,
arena.
And
That's cool.
Yeah, Pharrell pulled me on stage, actually.
No way.
No way.
Yeah, I came with a couple of girlfriends. They had 3 tickets, and they were like, "Do you want to come?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then we got there and we looked at the tickets, and 2 were together and 1 was alone. And I was like, "I don't care. You guys go ahead, and I'll take whatever seat you want me to have, you know." And they gave me the ticket. Well, it happened to be like 4th row aisle seat. And NERD they were already performing, and I came in and went down the aisle and then sat in my seat, and Pharrell was like watching me walk in the whole time. And then he like called his security guard over, and he whispered something in his ear, and he points at me like this, and he nods at him, and the security's like, okay, and he goes off stage, and the people around me are looking at me, and I'm like,
what's happening
I'm
here?
tripping,
Am I in
right?
trouble?
Did he pointing at me? Like, hold on, wait, don't look into his eyes. And then the security guard came over and like was like, come on, Pharrell wants you to come up on stage. And I was like,
Damn.
Me? Like right now? And he was like,
Incredible.
yeah. So I was like, okay.
That's cool.
So I went with him. All the girls around me were like, well, keep your bag, you should go. I was like, okay. So I went on stage, and Pharrell finished his set rapping every word to me like I was the girl in the video.
Wow.
Danced circles around me, and I just stood there feeling like I am king of the world. Like see myself on the Jumbotron, you know. I'm like, fuck you to all my haters. Yes, snitches.
Yeah.
Look at me now, bitch. Eat it up.
Yeah.
Seriously.
But
That's cool.
that was pretty cool. That was it. He didn't even like ask me to go backstage or anything. He just like, I think we took a picture. They ran off stage, and I went back to my seat like nothing ever happened.
That was
That's
it.
crazy.
It was pretty lit.
Little
That's
taste
dope.
of what's to come.
It wasn't the first or the last time I was pulled on stage, I'll tell you that.
I believe it.
I believe it too.
Yeah.
Amazing looking woman in the audience. But your energy is very clean.
It's the light, right?
It's the light. It's the light that you have.
Yeah.
I'm
it's
here.
True.
Yeah, for sure.
No, it's great. I
That
think,
was fun.
Yeah, you talked about like in church, like having that. And I wish I had a better church music experience, like because
you got to go to black church.
Hey, I think you and I do
Catholic
have
church
one.
is the most boring ass.
We do.
No.
Sorry, there may be some parishes out there.
New
that are
Orleans
fun,
Jazz
but-
Festival.
It's pretty
Blind
dry.
Boys of Alabama.
Oh yeah,
That was a religious experience.
Blind Boys of Alabama.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Have you heard
Whoa,
them?
that
No.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Yes, I have.
They're amazing.
They're all
Yes.
blind.
They'll bring God down.
It's like a
the
bunch
wrath.
of grandpas. Right?
Yes.
I love that.
7, 8
So
grandpas
good.
like singing.
Oh my God.
Gospel
The Blind
and-
Boys of Alabama. Amazing singers.
That was a powerful.
That was a
ass
powerful performance.
I love
dude.
that.
Oof.
I felt the wrath of God that day, like something was happening. So
Yeah, yeah. There's that's religion for me. You know, people talk about like I'm
religion.
Catholic, I'm Presbyterian. My music is my religion.
I went to a Southern Baptist church. We sang 2.5 hymnals. No musicians, just maybe sometimes a pianist, but just our voices. Pretty dry. Not gonna say singing was everyone's gift. So, the key changes, like the pitch is all over the place. Preacher preaches for a firm 40 minutes, call to the altar, quick prayer, and lunch by noon. Like, real nice at, as part of my church experience. And then the other part growing up was my dad's side of the family were Church of God in Christ Pentecostal preachers. So like 8 hours of church on Sunday.
8 hours.
Like
Wow.
all day church, sweaty, like an organ, pianist, 2 drummers, two kids.
Yeah.
And there's like 12 of us here and just like 30 songs. Like we just sang and sang and sang. And if anyone's familiar with Kojic, even the preacher kind of, God said, and then the Lord, it's very like sing-songy,
Yeah,
preaching.
yeah.
And at any point that doom 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 can kick up, and then somebody's gonna start dancing, and we all got to catch the Holy Ghost
There you go.
in unison.
That's how it works.
So, but it was very music centric.
For sure.
And
Excuse me.
bless you. Yeah, so drastically different experiences, but
Damn, that's intense.
it was a lot.
The Holy Ghost, you got the Holy Ghost in you.
I definitely do.
Yeah, I mean that's how James Brown came up, right?
That's
You guys
right.
Seen that documentary?
That's
I
right.
haven't seen that.
It's like just infused in black music, and
Definitely starts pre-church. I'd say that African, Africa as a continent.
Yeah.
Africa and the diaspora, the disbursement of African peoples across the globe, has manifested sound and voice, musical instrument and voice
For sure.
in various ways, right? We've
Yep.
seen it in the South, in bluegrass, in
Started
country
with the
music,
Negro spirituals. early
Negro
on, yeah,
spirituals,
bluegrass, blues.
blues, jazz,
Came jazz,
country,
right.
hip hop. You've got Afro Caribbean. You've got, Afro Latino.
Afro-Brazilian, Afro-Cuban,
All of the
Absolutely.
things, right?
Trinidadian.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd say that like the spirit of the ancestors lives in the music that we play,
Absolutely.
and if you can tap into the music, you can feel it.
Yeah.
You feel them, the gravity of all those souls that had to live enough life to reach a point where their self-expression sounded like that, or
Amen.
formulated those combinations of sounds. And I think
Absolutely. Well said. Well said.
thank you. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'm only ever trying to tap in, just if it can just touch the hem of his garment.
Wow,
Yeah,
for
just
sure.
a piece.
a little piece.
Yeah,
little
because what they
glimpse.
were doing, what they were
Yeah.
singing, what they've infused into all of the music that we
sure.
listen to,
Yeah.
and our culture, and all the things. But
Absolutely.
yeah, it's something. It is spiritual, and it again. I think the point of all that. I said all that to say that I think it lives that life. That data is stored in the rhythms that we play, in the sounds that we make, in the way the patterns that we formulate are extensions or interpretations of all of those who have come before us, and all the life
Absolutely.
that lived and was poured into that music. So I think
Amen.
yeah, it's a gift to even be able to access, I think.
100%.
Yeah, just like, some people are born with musical gifts. I don't know that I am. I don't play any instruments really, and I don't feel particularly like gifted even as a singer, but I feel,
Oh, you're so humble. Come on, give yourself some credit.
thank you. But
You have an amazing voice.
Thank you.
That's for
Thank
real.
you. actually. But where I feel my real skill set, more my gifts lie, are the ability to connect with the song, to connect with the people in the room, to translate this thing that has a life of its own into my own words, and then, you know, sing it in my voice or tell a story on paper. But like,
sure.
I don't think it's actually about like the musical skills for me as much as it is just being kind of like an antenna, you know, like I can really tune into those frequencies and bring it, like channel it.
Sure.
You know, I am.
Seems
but
like
a
that's something
vessel.
you need to be born with. Like you can't really learn that gift of
Yeah.
yours, right?
For sure. It's a.
I mean,
it's
the
a
musical
spiritual
writing
gift.
and all that, you could kind of learn that, but what
Yeah.
you know, your gift is that's kind of innate.
I
you
think
know?
so,
So
too.
that's the positive.
I think so
you know?
too. I'm grateful for my inclination to lean into it, because it ain't easy.
No.
There's a bunch of other stuff
bet.
we could be doing for a
Bunch of
whole
other
lot
stuff.
more money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you feel that call, then answer it. So I'm glad you
That's
are.
right.
You know,
We are called.
Hell yeah.
And it
It's,
is a call of, it's a duty of service.
Mm.
It's not even about us. Like, I don't really think that we make music so we can go home and listen to it on our headphones, right? Like, we make music so we can share it, give that gift to the world, to literally make the world a better place, to expand consciousness, to spark inspiration, creativity in others, hope,
For sure.
you know,
Positive energy.
love.
Love.
Yes.
Facts.
You know that you were loved. Yeah. I hope
Music
that.
is so powerful, and it's definitely, like you said, it's a duty, it's a service. Like as an
others.
artist, you know, like when I was not playing music, it was literally like someone cut off my right arm, and I just felt incomplete. And so the self-expression, the whole, that it makes me feel whole to practice on my own, to get better on my instruments, to get together with others and create beautiful music, and
Here.
it is challenging. It's, you know, I don't know, it's but the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. And people ask me, like, what's your favorite thing about music? Playing live.
Yes.
Like, I've never felt so alive as a human being than when, because, you know, you're on stage with your band, you got the audience, the energy transfer. You see someone who's like, you know, probably had a really long day at work, and then like, yeah, we're gonna go see this show, and then they get filled up from what you're doing, and that energy transfer, there's nothing like that on the planet.
For
and
sure.
I
so
agree.
like, yeah, that's one of the most, and I've been kind of like stuck in the studio for the last year and a half, and it's cool. It's a different phase, but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more live shit.
Do you feel more connected to your craft when you're deep in the throes of it, getting sweaty in the studio and perfecting like a body of work, and you feel like, ta-da, I did it, like you know, cross the last T and dot the last I, and then you're like, look what I have created.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play this in the car. Right? Or do you feel
That's the fun part when you're driving home and you
Yep.
listen in the car with that, whatever that mix was of that day. That's
Yep.
You do that too, right? You play
I love
like
that shit.
Me
whatever
too.
we recorded that day. I love going home and reviewing myself as far as like,
too.
oh, what does it sound like? You know, like, okay, I like that. I don't like that.
Yep.
It's a constant process, you know.
And that's fun,
And
right?
it's fun.
Like,
It's a lot of fun.
I almost think it should be fun. If not, then why are you doing it?
and
know,
you
like
can
the
always go
process.
back and edit, refine,
Exactly,
change,
exactly.
or whatever. But like being able to hear back, like to your point,
absolutely.
that moment or that
Yeah.
thought.
The work you put in that day. you know,
Yeah,
and
it's awesome. You're like,
yeah.
I'm kind of good at this. It sounds awesome.
Kinda dope,
I
you
think
know?
people are gonna like this. you know?
Yeah.
Or do you feel more connected, like you were saying, when you're just like jamming or playing something live, and there's actual, even if there's one person in the audience, right? Because like we've all played gigs where ain't nobody there. You're playing for yourself,
And he was the custodian, so yeah,
right? You're
it's
playing
small.
for the bartender.
No, it's definitely like, I kind of just, I think being the youngest of 5 kids, like, I'm just an attention whore. So like anytime anyone's like paying attention to me, I'm like, yay. Or but when I get on stage though, like I love that. And I think I miss that a lot. I think it's But there's also a lot of fun and value when I'm just in here alone, like trying to tackle like that drum beat that I've never been able to perform or execute. Like how do I? Because as a drummer you have 4 limbs, and like it's a lifetime thing, right, Eric?
It's a perishable skill too.
Literally, like I'm doing something different with my left foot, my right foot, my left hand, and my right hand. Like, how does that fucking work? Like,
you guys are gonna live a long time.
It's cool to be able to like, because you're in your brain, you're like, all right, my right hand's doing this, my left hand has to do this, and to be able to be consistent. So like, I don't know. I think maybe if you say, or which one do you like better? Maybe the live thing, but this laboratory that we have here is like so much fun.
Something about the lab.
The lab.
And just getting your hands dirty and sticky and messy. And like, also, as a musician or even a singer, you can't really like practice around people who don't play or aren't playing with you because people get ear fatigue. They're like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
Can you like quiet down in there? But when you're all alone in the lab or in your room or whatever, you can just do it over and over and over and kind of like find your sweet spot. You get to finesse those little knots out, right? Like
practice.
You can't I think I sing the best, and my voice is by far the most beautiful it ever could be when I'm all alone. Probably in the bathroom, like the shower, bathtub. Like I'm like, wow, they could hear me now.
Somebody get a mic in the shower with you. So get that on recorded.
Y'all hear that reverb? You hear me?
Reverb.
I'm in Valhalla. Yeah,
I love that.
right? But like,
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know, because I can really get into it. I can really connect with the song or the emotions of the lyrics, and I can like make ugly faces and try things, right?
Sure.
I wanted to ask you, who are some of your vocal heroes? Like, who were your?
Ooh,
Yeah.
This is a good
Yeah.
question. Okay, number 1, Mariah. Hands down, Mariah Carey.
Yeah, I love her.
She's the singer. Like,
Yeah.
there's no voice like hers. There never has been.
Whitney? Where do you go?
I
with
love Whitney.
Yeah.
I'm equally wild about Whitney. Her song, like her content was not my cup of tea as a young kid.
Lyric-wise,
yeah,
just like her actual style.
I think she was just a little before my time. Probably she was the hot thing before I was old enough to like seek out
She was
music.
more like mid to late 80s.
Yeah, and so growing up, Mariah Carey was like the pop diva.
I still love Mariah.
I still love
she's
her.
Great. Yeah.
But I'm also a student of life, and so anything I get into, I really dive deep. And Mariah just is a master class, a PhD on vocals and songwriting. The way that she would work in words like prerogative or like dissonance. You're like, did she just sing dissonance? Like, she just has she's truly a poet.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, that was just definitely a massive influence. I mean, we can list all the greats, right?
For sure.
And go down the list.
But I just want to know which ones really resonated with you, like personally.
I would definitely say Fred Hammond. He's a gospel singer.
Oh, yeah.
Fred Hammond.
Not familiar.
Oh, I'm gonna change your life. Fred is going. If you ain't never met the Lord, you gonna meet. Fred is gonna take you there.
Yeah,
Okay.
really.
Just a truly unique one of one tone, timbre, perspective. Just gut wrenchingly beautiful. Like just grab you by the inside. Like, man, really hit all the feels. Fred, and he was in a boys group called Commissioned. They were like a 80s, 90s.
Is that right?
Boys gospel group that just, my God, will just woo you right to sleep. I mean, just all
Did you
the
have
voices.
a crush on some of those?
No,
members?
none, never. No, I was 100%
I had BBD
biblical.
posters in my bedroom.
Who?
BBD.
You had the New
El
Kids
Biv
on the
DeVoe.
Block one, didn't you?
Absolutely, all the above.
They're nice guys,
Anywhere,
actually.
like-
They're nice
You
guys.
met them?
Yeah,
New Kids
all
on-
those guys.
That's
Bobby
cool.
Brown and them. But today, my favorite voices are Yeba She's just, again, I really like the soul stirrers, the ones who can pull on your heartstrings and really get you to feel what they are feeling
She's
or we're
amazing.
feeling. Yeah.
What about
Very
Erica?
Her-
Did you like Erica Badu?
Oh, I love Erica.
She's
Erica's
cool.
got, oh, she's one of my favorite tones and
yeah.
styles. Stylistically, she's just like, can't touch her. Just can't. She's just so authentic, so unapologetically, and like in a really unintrusive way. She don't care what you're doing. She's
For sure.
doing her. That has
Yeah.
definitely been a major influence on me musically. But yeah, I think I lean into a lot of male voice vocals.
Yeah, like who?
Yeah, I think for a long time I tried to sing like the song that I was listening to and match the approach of
Yeah.
the singer
Yeah.
on Wax. And so it took me a long time to find my voice because the influence was so strong from all the covers. It's like, I can sound just like so-and-so, right?
Right.
And I think singing male vocal songs kind of pushed me out of that comfort zone and challenged me to find my voice and my octave. And so I started practicing, like, plus I really like my low register. I have quite a range actually, but my falsetto is not nearly as special, I think, as I mean, I can sing like tenor, choir level. Yeah. I think truly an alto, maybe soprano 1, 2. I can sing all the parts, but I think
The lower range is,
yeah, like
is
Tony
more,
Braxton, you know,
Ah,
I like
okay.
Tony Braxton.
when you can
yeah.
really like get down in there. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Ooh, that's so hits you different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, I like
Tony's great.
Will I give you my heart again?
She did have that
You
darker voice,
know.
lower.
Well, boys, I truly enjoyed myself today.
Me too.
Me
And
too.
this-
Thank you.
This whole discussion around music and what it means to us and
Yeah.
what it's doing in the world. And I think your input and your perspectives are just so important. In general, the world needs to be having these conversations because what are we going to do when the computers take over? And like we are completely obsolete, right?
Yeah.
So
Well.
I think your contributions to mankind and the music community are greatly appreciated and unique and special. You're good, you're beautiful, you're kind, and your mothers love you. Just kidding.
I'm amazing.
You're amazing. But yeah, I'm Bombae. This is Safe Space Sounds at RDF Studios in downtown LA. And I hope that you guys will come here when you get a chance. Check out this space. Maybe sit down and have a talk with us about what music means to you and how you use your superpowers in the world. Anyway, I'm Bombae. This has been great, and we'll see you next time at Safe Space Sounds.
See you.
Arrivederci.